Afternoon, Tate.
Afternoon, Jack. You alright?
Yes. Yep. Good.
Back again. What, episode 104
Four,
now?
five,
Is it?
four. I think. Yeah.
But the first one in new surroundings.
Yes. A new setting.
New
Yeah.
settings. Unfortunately, we didn't pay our rent.
Yeah. We got booed out our other spot.
Kicked out the studio. And we are sat in my flat.
Yeah.
Which is only a few hundred meters away from your new flat.
Yes.
As well.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Nice. Yeah. I thought new season. I've moved out. You're here. Makes sense. I think.
Yeah, so we're across the table. We might move on to the sofa. We've
Yeah.
got all sort of room for activities.
Yeah. We've got opportunities are endless now. Yeah. Well, one day we might get a camera in here, but and record some stuff. But it's very overlap.
Yeah.
Revista de la Liga, Guillaume Balaguer-esque.
Got the Olympics on in the background.
Yeah.
The McLean shirt has travelled from the bunker.
Yes. Yep. Still in its
flat.
frame.
Soon to be put up around the flat somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode will be a bit of a shooting from the hip, really.
Yeah.
A bit of a free for all, touching on transfers, bit pre-season, couple of obviously maybe touch on Liverpool and Chelsea, new managers, and what we think about them. Obviously, been some signings for West Ham and been busy this week. And then we've got a few quizzes and questions that we'll try out online, and we'll answer them together. And obviously, you can play along at home as well. Just pause it if you don't want to get the answer and whatnot. But we will start with a couple of transfers. West Ham been pretty busy, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
Fulkrug, is that you pronounce
it?
it?
Yeah, Fulkrug and Somerville. I think Fulkrug, he was a Dortmund winner. I'm not sure about his career before, but obviously not one of those, but obviously people have noticed him because of the Euros, and that's the time people have seen him, and that's probably the only time people have watched him. But Somerville, sorry, what was Somerville?
Leeds.
Undisclosed, I think, though, the fee.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, not a proven, but has played in the Prem and quite a good player for Leeds.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm like, oh my god, he's going to be unbelievable. Like, he's been in the Prem, obviously part of a poor Leeds side, but so you can't totally give a verdict yet. But I wouldn't be like over the moon and excited as a few West Ham fans are. But yeah, Fulkrug I think is a pretty, seems like a good idea with West Ham and the new manager. Who knows if he's a Spanish David Moyes, but. Yeah, bit of a target man. Never sort of used Bowen and Antonio in recent years, and I think probably Antonio is one of the most frustrating West Ham players I've ever had. So for them, a new striker. But then again, the classic West Ham curse of a ruining a striker is Fulkrug added to the list.
Yeah, that's what I think about this transfer. It's a bit of it's such a West Ham transfer where they've paid. I think it's 30, maybe 31.
31, yeah, 31 years
paid
old. 27.
27 million euros or pounds, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of good seasons, I think. I'm pretty sure he came from the lower leagues in Germany and then worked his way up through, and then got a chance at I can't remember who he was at before Dortmund, and then he obviously got into the national team. It just seems a lot of money for a 32-year-old, 31-year-old that they'll probably have to replace in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think also
next season.
He could be. They could have 2, maybe 3 like very good seasons, which obviously yes. I mean, it's not bad, 27 mil and scoring, 15, 20 goals a season, that would be great. But, yeah, I don't think you get much time over there as a striker at West Ham. So
he's a big lump, though. So
he's a big old boy.
Set pieces.
Big old boy.
Like I said, I did see like a mock-up of a proposed West Ham team. I think they had a couple of players I don't quite have yet. There's rumours for Wan-Bissaka. I don't know how true that is. But it was an exciting... Obviously, a new striker, and then behind him, like you said, Somerville, Paqueta, if he's not banned, Bowen, you've got Kudus as well to come into that.
Yes, yeah. Alvarez sits in the middle. They've got another sign, the Argentinian, I can't remember his name, I think he's a midfielder as well, but was he at Barca or Barca interested or Betis or something,
because Javi's no longer the manager, he wanted to sign him, or because he wasn't there, that deal fell through, but... Yeah, I don't know where they'll finish next season. West Ham. I think they'll be pretty clear of relegation. They won't have to worry about that. Yeah,
no, I think their squad on paper again looks pretty good, and they are a awkward side, aren't they, when they play well? But with the new manager, it's exciting for them, and obviously as West Ham fans are excited seeing any club seeing new players come in is always good, and it's always exciting. But I'm just not. But then I also think they're attracting these players maybe because of Lopetegui and. It's not that. Yeah, Dave Moyes bought some good players. Paqueta's obviously a great signing, but maybe they're more attracted to having Lopetegui as a manager, but we're not sure about the style of play.
Max Kilman as well, they signed, didn't they?
Max Kilman, yeah.
That's such a weird side. He just shouldn't play for anyone but Wolves.
No, but yeah, for me, like that's like a really sensible sign. I think I'd be quite happy with that if that was Spurs and we bought Max Kilman. I'd be like, yeah, decent. Like he might be really good at start, or at least he's a very good or a good centre back. Yeah. But yeah, they're building a nice little team.
Chelsea have bought probably another 6,000 players.
Yes.
What seems to happen is I don't pay too much attention to it because it's happened so many times. But every time I go on Twitter or scroll through, every day there seems to be here we go, a mock-up of a new Brazilian or Argentinian bloke. They've just signed him. He born in 2005.
Yeah. A wonder kid.
Who are these players that they keep buying? I don't get it. I put in the chat earlier if anyone saw the first 3 goals they conceded. Oh my God.
Shocking.
Casado gave away the first one.
Yeah.
And it was like a carbon copy a minute later.
They were just sort of slight variations of each other, the goals, weren't they? But
I do worry about Chelsea next season. That they could have exactly the same season they had last season. They finished 6th somehow. I think it'd be very similar. New manager, but obviously last season it was a new manager and a whole new group of players. But this season the players should know a little bit more about each other. Yeah, they've got some new additions, but the only big, obviously huge change is a new manager and like his ways, his system, what he wants to do. That will take time again. So they'll probably, I reckon they'll start off pretty slow and they'll very similar. They'll pick up second half of the season. Like we just named West Ham's possible starting a lineup. Yeah, at least you know them. I couldn't tell you how Chelsea will line up. No. I think they're signing another goalkeeper, but between, is it Perovic? Sanchez played to get whenever it was overnight. The other goalkeeper, who's the number one? They're all as good and / bad as each other. You've got Mr. Reece James, who can play 2 games a season. He's suspended for the first 2 games anyway. Chilwell, who they don't seem to like that much, and Gallagher, the sort of ex-Ireland as well, aren't they? Could go to Atletico Madrid. And see that weird thing the Sky Sports News broke? It was like he's just going to be a squad player. Weird thing to. But then that's just Sky, like a pointless bit of news. They got nothing else. So right, just breaking news. Conor Gallagher is going to be in Chelsea's squad. Would you take him? Yes. Yeah. And then they signed that toss-in from Fulham. Why? And they've got Badia Shield. Yeah. Whoever they've got the bat, they're just all the same. They're just so many random players that you could put. Obviously, Thiago Silva's no longer there anymore. It'll be Casado and Enzo. Mudryk played, didn't he, overnight as well? It's just his pants. Sterling, I don't know, he's got a new haircut. It might be different. Nicholas Jackson probably will play, and then they've got Cold that will play. No, they'll be still good. I think they'll be fine. Yeah, it's a strange one. And then moving on to a team that haven't signed anyone, Liverpool, who've actually had they battered United 3-0. I think it was last night. They beat us in pre-season. They look pretty. Salah's got a new hairline. I don't know. They need to make a few additions, I think, because they have got an aging. Their core is aging. Like you think of Liverpool over the last 5-6 years, would have been successful. You've got Robertson. He's got a few injuries last season. That was his best season. Van Dijk, Salah. That maybe they need to get some fresh legs in there. I don't know. And they've got the players they've got in midfield. I think of Curtis Jones. Like he's a good player, but he's not a. I wouldn't say he's a brilliant Liverpool centre midfielder. And it's hard with a new manager coming in. You think I said to you just before, but Arne Slot would have maybe wanted to bring in a couple new players and sort of familiar faces to him. But it's also again pre-season is pre-season, and the Liverpool are doing well and they're doing amazing, but Tottenham have done amazing in previous pre-seasons, and we were absolutely shocking in the league. I remember one time we beat everyone. We won all these. This was like years ago. We beat all these sides, and we were doing amazing. Everyone was so excited, and I think we lost our first 5, and thinking about relegation. So, I think pre-season, like I says, you take a pinch of salt, but obviously, I'm sure the manager winning games and what I'm sure they're perceiving as playing well is a good start. But no signings is quite odd. Yeah, I don't know whether it's because like we spoke about last week with the Euros, players come back from holidays later, and that obviously plays a big part of pre-season anyway. But Arsenal have got 12 kids, I think, on pre-season, whereas
Yeah.
last year I think they had one or two.
Yeah, and I was going to say that as well. A lot of the sides, Tottenham are doing it. City did it last night. I'm not too sure about Chelsea, but yeah, there's a lot of youngsters and a lot of faces it will see probably the whole season. So
because we won't go too much into it because we'll speak about it next week in our preview of the Premier League preview like we do each year. With the third one we've done.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, Liverpool, third best team in the league. Still,
I don't think so. I don't think that this season. I just think new manager, like you said, no additions yet. I just think it could. I don't think it'll be like a Chelsea mid-table, but
there'll be more of the rest of the
there'll be
4 till 6.
Yeah, there'll be a bit of fluctuating between sides and sort of strange results, and I think Liverpool will lose a few more games this season and drop a lot more points. But not saying they're going to be like languishing in 10th or 11th. They'll be top 6, 5th, top 5. But they're still obviously a joke of a side, and going to Anfield is a very, very hard task. But yeah, I'm not saying I'm fearing Liverpool this season.
I mean, I'm very interested to see how they'll get on, because Klopp did have that. I don't want to use the word aura about him, but he gave them a bit more like enhancement. You know what I mean? That it was just
I want to say that as well. Like, not again, they go mad for me saying this, but similar to what Ferguson was capable of doing towards the end with a squad that they have bought some new players, Liverpool, in the recent seasons. But like we just said, the squad on paper, you wouldn't think, they're brilliant players, but Klopp, he had it and it worked for him, and it's worked for the last season in particular. Because they haven't sold anyone.
It's exactly the same squad that finished third, and we're by far the third best team in that in the league last season. But it's the change of coach makes that dynamic. Yeah, like you said, you don't fear them as much as you would have done.
No, and like we always say, Arsenal are doing it now. City have done it for seasons, and Liverpool were doing it. But you have to rotate. You have to bring in new faces and get rid of players that you think, why is he getting rid of him? Like, you just have to change it around and shake it all about. But
talking about new faces, Arsenal signed that Ricardo Calafiori, and it looks like that Marino deal was gonna edge over. It's weird that he played for Newcastle for like half a season once.
Well, that Marino guy.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
back
never
in
knew.
Like 2017-18.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be a good one for the for the club game.
That would be.
I sent a couple of good ones out that we both got stuck on. The Metroglu one was.
Yeah, not. I wouldn't say. I should have got it, but Metroglu, very difficult. The fact he didn't score for and only played 3 games is a shocker.
Well, he was one of those players, and I remember he put him in the same category as what's his name? Who was the midfielder that went to Napoli? I'm being so vague with this.
Anguissa.
Yeah.
Great shout, thank you.
Fulham had a load of players. You know when they got promoted and then they just did it so bad. Signed all these players that didn't give a fuck about Fulham, and they played for the year they went up, then went on loan, and then when they got back up and played again, and then they went up. There was like 4 or 5 players that came back every other year. Metroglu was one of them. But he was what's his name?
Anguissa.
Yeah.
He had a double barrel, but he went to Napoli. He's quite good in Champions League, and
he played with your mate, old Don Bele. But that was a classic sort of player who was on the books at Fulham, but they loan, just loved the club every year. Yeah. Bit like what's his name? Vinicius.
Yes, Carlos Vinicius, not Vinicius Junior. I wish I've made that mistake in the past.
I've always wondered that as a professional footballer, obviously they're unbelievably talented, but how can you be the player that has a new club every single season?
I think it's probably it's probably a lot to do with the agents. They just basically rinsing them for money. Like, the agents are just probably using them and going, right, if I get you here, I get this amount of money. So every season, just keep them rolling.
Who is he playing for right now?
Couldn't tell you. Let's have a look. Go on, you carry. I'll put my mic down for a second. Have a look.
I think it's a Turkish team. It's a bit like that. What's his name? Michy Batshuayi. Yes. Who's played for all 3 of them: Besiktas, Fenerbahce, and Galatasaray. I'm going to say he plays for. Well, it's one of the Turkish teams. He's got to.
If you're listening, have a guess as well.
Because he was at Fulham.
He was at Fulham. Is he not still there?
I don't know. You're definitely on loan somewhere.
No, he's on loan. Okay, yeah. He could be the similar group to Metroglu type, like you just said. But, so He's actually technically still at Fulham, but last season was on loan at where?
Fenerbahce.
Close to Galatasaray. Yeah.
It's just
It was like
typical
Aurier.
really.
What's Aurier doing these days? Is he still out there?
Because he was at PSV, then he was at Spurs, Fulham. He went on loan at just. Aurier he signed for. He was at Villarreal for a bit, wasn't he?
Is he not?
He's at Forest, isn't he?
Current? No, he's at Galatasaray now. Yeah.
Right.
He was at Forest, wasn't he? Yeah. Last season, I think. Yeah.
Well, if Forest had got relegated, they'd have had all these players out on loan, wouldn't they?
Mm.
Because they signed all these players that aren't going to be playing in the Championship.
No.
But yeah, there's so many weird ones out there. But a question I was going to ask you, as we're sitting here with Olympics on,
Yep.
which professional footballers would be their Olympic sport? Who wins the 100 metres? The 100-metre sprint.
Ooh, that would be some race.
In the Premier League. I'm trying to think who's.
Yeah, my mind's
My
gone
brain
blank.
Who's the quickest one at Arsenal? Martinelli.
Martinelli's quick.
He's pretty quick.
Saka, he's not blistering
No,
pace.
Martinelli
He's
would
quick,
win
but
Arsenal's one.
Saliba, Adama, yeah, 100 metres quick.
Yeah. Walker.
Yeah, Walker would fancy himself definitely.
Ollie Watkins is pretty quick apparently.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know why I said apparently.
You spoke to him, yeah.
Deceptively quick. They said it on the old Lions Den thing, and he was like, "No, Watkins can move."
Mine's gone blank. That's terrible.
I'm trying to. Haaland's quick.
Yeah, I'm 400 metres. All I can think is Van der Ven. 400 metres, he'd absolutely
You
roast
think?
them. Yeah.
That's a horrible race.
Yeah. Or maybe he needed a little bit. Maybe Adama's a similar way. 200 metres, he'd eat it.
We'd go Walker 100. Adama 2. And you want to go
Van der Ven. I don't know if he's got the legs for 4. He might be a little 200. Him and Adama.
Who wins the 10,000 metre?
Ooh.
Who's like an
Just runs.
endurance
Oh,
bunny?
Pape Sarr from Spurs. He wins the marathon. He wins it all.
Declan Rice would be pretty decent to be fair. He's got an engine on him.
Yeah, but I don't mean he's got that burst, does he? He's
Yeah.
probably that one pace for that length of time. In fact, yeah, Sarr for
Casado.
400. Yeah. No.
Casemiro.
Would Madrid? Would Madrid
Madrid, yeah,
100
Madrid
meters? Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Now Kante's gone. My mind is long jump. Darwin Núñez.
Darwin Núñez.
He can
He'd do javelin or something. He's just nuts.
shot put. Adama.
I'm thinking about the same players. My head's gone.
Big Dan Burn. He'd be good at rowing.
Yes.
Or he'd be a gymnast and do flips. No one does.
No,
flips
we
anymore,
haven't
do
got a
they?
Loire anymore, have we?
No nanny.
No, we haven't.
No one does acrobats anymore, do they?
No, they don't. Maybe it's banned. Maybe not allowed.
I was going to say something, but I don't know if I'll be cancelled.
Yeah, whatever you think,
I won't say it.
Don't say it.
No, it's what other sports are there?
Swimming.
Swimming, yeah. Who's
Large.
got
Dan
a
Burney might be decent at swimming as well.
yeah.
Could be a good swimmer.
Imagine Saliba would be got a good swimmer. Athletic build.
He's
Got the French behind him as well. Also, this is really random. I don't know why it's popped in my head. Did you see that video on Twitter of the Spurs did something in South Korea and they brought the Son double out?
Yeah, I saw that. I just flicked past it.
Richarlison's there. They got another young, and they're like,
Well, they didn't actually. What the
they
real?
didn't know that they were bringing another Son out, and they were so confused.
What? That is not right.
It was very, very strange. Right, should we move on to some of these quiz questions?
Yes.
Apologies if this goes drastically wrong. We haven't done this before, and we are shooting by the hip, like I said earlier. And I've just lost the mouse, so I don't know whether it has to go left. There we go. Right, we're down here now.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We're at Tate's. Got double screens. It's
I mean,
new territory.
let's try this. So it's 20 questions.
Can you get that on there, or is that too much to
yeah,
ask?
I can get that on there. Let's look at this.
Okay.
Moving up in the world, if you could.
Oh,
Now I can't read that well, but that's fine. Do you want to read out the first question?
okay. So we're gonna do this quiz together and try and
Yeah.
work together. Okay, one sec. Name an English football team whose name starts and begins with the same letter. English football side.
Wow. That's a tough one.
Good start. Good start.
Well, there's multiple questions, so we could
No, got to
name
come
an
on. We
English
can't skip
football
it.
team that name starts and begins with the same letter. I was going to say Blackburn, but
Obviously not.
doesn't. Wow.
Good start. I mean, yeah. No, give us time. Give us time. I've got Lincoln in my head. It's just going round and round in my head. It must be. It's got to be a low. Go for the sides.
I'm trying to think how that even sounds.
So I'm doing exactly the same. Nuneaton.
English.
Yeah, Nuneaton. They're Nuneaton Borough. They're like a non-league side. Conference.
Well, we can top it in.
Yeah.
None. How'd you spell that?
None and then EATON. No?
No, I don't think so. No, but it's a good shout though.
I mean, it sort of counts, but it might not be on the quiz. Cool, we have to come back to this. We'll come back.
We can come back to
Come
that
back to that. That's a tough start.
Only one team in the top 4 leagues in Scotland and England has a J in it. Which team?
I mean, what quiz have we found? This is rubbish. Ah, DL, no one will listen this week.
Well, we could try the other quiz.
Yeah, bin this one right off tape.
Right.
Oh, oh, shocker.
Right, here we go.
Third season.
Here we go. Right, so this other game is called Football Pointless. And we're going to try and do it without getting the answers. And basically, the most pointless answer, the most obscure answer wins.
Yep.
So, we'll go against each other on this one.
Okay.
Football Pointless. Name any player to score 15 or more Premier League goals for Wolves.
Okay. I've got a name.
Let me think. Did he score 15? Wasn't our mate Matt Jarvis didn't get 15, did he?
Don't know.
Don't think he got.
Not sure. I don't think he played for Wolves in the Prem long enough.
I've got a name, but it's not very pointless. But do you want to go first?
Yes. Let me. I'm gonna go. Oh, do I go him? This game might not even be. I don't think he's even played. Ebanks Blake.
Yeah, I was thinking him, but I don't.
I'm not sure now. I've said it. I don't know if he might have played one season.
I'm gonna go Stephen Fletcher.
Good idea.
My mate.
Good shout.
Right, let's reveal the answers.
Oh,
Matt
I was gonna.
Jarvis.
It was a pointless answer. The scenes in the flat. Wow.
Matt Jarvis.
I was gonna say
15
Chan.
goals.
Kevin Dawes at 5. That's shot. He's the most obvious one. So they got Raul
There's
Jimenez.
no way he scored 15 goals for Wolves.
He might have scored bang on. We'll have a look. So Matt Jarvis, if you said him, pointless. Well done. Kevin Doyle and Juan He-Chan both 5. Diego Jota 16. Stephen Fletcher 17. Neves would have got you 39, and Jimenez would have got you 46.
Right, next.
I was going to say Chan. Should have, obviously. You should have gone Jarvis.
Name a player to play for Bosnia in the Premier League. There's no way he scored 15 goals. The reason I say it is because when we were doing our research on him, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think he scored that many goals. Like for West Ham, he scored a few. Maybe for West Ham, he didn't score that many. I'm not sure. But maybe he did do well for Wolves, and that's what got him interest from other clubs.
Yeah, he did, yeah. First season, 3. Second season, 4. So that's 7. And then 8 in the next one.
Oh, nice.
So exactly
15.
7 plus 8 is
15.
15, exactly 15.
Bang on.
Yeah.
Bang on the money.
I stand mistaken.
Sorry,
Name
Jarvis
a player
from Bosnia. I've got one very obvious.
Yeah, I've got an obvious one. I don't want to use that one though.
Ooh. Was he?
I think you might be thinking the same player I'm thinking.
I'm gonna go. Go on, you go. I went first last time. Go on, you say yours.
Is he Bosnian? I've got. I'm going to shoot myself in the foot if I say this. Begovic?
Yeah, no, I was thinking him. Yeah, definitely Bosnian. I'll go Kolasinac.
He is Bosnian, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
I always got confused. Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
I was
he
thinking Kolarov, but he's Croatian, I think.
Serbian.
Serbian. There we go. Glad I didn't say him. Oh, really interesting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the list. Go on, go through the list.
So Edin Dzeko, number 1, 86, and then Begovic, 33, Kolasinac, 32,
Mm-hmm.
Besic. Do you remember him at Everton?
Everton, yeah. Yes.
I don't know who number
That's
2.
Sheffield United's centre back.
Yeah,
Anel Amadzovic, not sure, but the top two, no idea. Mohamed Konjic would have got you pointless, and Mario Vrancic would have also got you a 0, but yeah, I've never heard of them.
Right, next question, if there is one. Nope, there isn't one. So let's go on to the next one. Hopefully. Here we go. We're getting better at this.
There we go. No, there's no music that time.
Yeah, I've muted the music.
Oh,
now.
okay.
Name any Belgium player in Tottenham's history. I don't know why I'd pause to read that.
It's dramatic.
Name any Belgian player in Tottenham's history.
Okay.
There's been a few. You'll have a better...
Well, you say that. I'm thinking now. I'm struggling. Right.
Obviously, you've got the 2 obvious ones, 3 obvious ones.
There's obviously some rogue
We're going
in the,
through
like
some
the
rogue players
yeah, like in the
last.
90s and 80s and early 2000s.
I'm gonna have to play safe on this one. You whenever you're ready, you
Okay,
do it, so.
I can't get past the obvious 3. I can't.
Yeah.
There must be people going mental.
Was he? Was he French? Didn't you have a winger? I've got it. Yeah, I've got one. I think I might have just said it to you there.
A winger.
I've got it.
A Belgian winger.
I've got it.
No, I'm gonna have to go boring. I can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Alderweireld, but I want to talk through this. What say yours? Go on.
Nasser Chadli.
Oh, Chadley, yeah, the forgotten man.
I was thinking it wasn't not Clinton and G because he's French.
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah. Yeah, Chadley.
Chadli wasn't the one I had in my head when I was thinking about that's who came.
I'm trying to think of like just generally.
So you obviously
other
had the
players.
3: Vertonghen, Alderweireld, and Dembele.
Dembele, yeah.
Chadli was
Chadli.
the one.
I can't. I'm trying to think of like a dodgy striker we've had. Must have a Belgian. A goalie. There's probably like been a third choice Belgian goalie. Go on,
Yeah.
flick through if you're playing along. Here is the list. Oh yeah. So
there's not that many.
no, I was gonna say there's probably not been that many,
Do you
but
know them, the
also
bottom 2?
I've heard of Blondell, but I couldn't tell you what he looks like. But yeah, Blondell, Jonathan Blondell would have got you 0. Nico Klassen, is that a name I know? Not sure. 6. Nasser Chadli 27. Alderweireld 81. Vertonghen 86. Dembele 88.
Right, next question. Name any of the nations.
Next.
USA.
Next.
Name any player from North Macedonia in Premier League history.
Is that possible? Pandev never played in
That's
Prem,
the
did
first one I
he?
was
the
going for.
the little techie left-footed guy.
Got it. Got one.
Jovetic is Montenegrin, so if you're thinking of him.
No, I've got one.
North Macedonian.
Got one.
It's not helping me. Go on, I went first last time, so
Alioski.
never heard of him.
Do you remember the I think I hope that's how you say his name. Do you remember the Leeds left back? Number
Yes,
number
yeah.
10 or not? Number
Yeah,
11?
no, as soon as you said Alioski,
Blonde hair.
and I've said I never heard of it, but yes. Is he North Macedonian?
We'll find out.
Oh, no, my guess is wrong, but I'll just go Stefan Savic, but he's not. I don't think he's North Macedonian. Serbian again, yeah. Alioski, very nice. Alioski got take 11. Popov, I think I've heard of him. 4 points. Sakiri, Sedlowski, and Christoph, no idea. They
Who
must.
did Popov play for?
Not sure.
The name rings a bell. Let's have a look.
I'm sure one of them in there would have played for West Brom.
Yeah, that sounds like
yeah.
Goran
Popov. No, wasn't he quite good? Goran Popov, definitely.
First picture, West Brom.
West Brom. Maybe I knew that, but what a shock.
Local defender. Defender for West Brom.
From the Chelmsford area.
On loan for 2 seasons.
Yeah, maybe I knew that in the back of my...
He played for...
The depths of my brain.
Right.
Nice. If you're still listening, thank you.
Right, let's find another one.
Let's keep one more. Let's
do one more.
Do one more, and then we'll talk about something else.
One more.
As you can tell, with the lack of season starting, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel to get a podcast out.
Right. Name last few questions. Name any Tunisian footballer in Premier League history.
Was Tunçay, was he Turkish?
Tunçay Sanli was Turkish, yeah. He was one I was thinking of.
Was he the Borough striker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Turkish. Tunisian.
Or was he?
Tunisian. Right, let me have a little think, otherwise I'll just put forward Tunçay.
Oh, there is a defender for Bolton years ago.
Tal Ben-Haim, Israeli.
No. I remember he scored against Arsenal at Highbury and we won 2-1. Carnu scored in like the last minute.
Tunisia, I couldn't, because when you look at the flag, it's obviously very close to a Turkish one, so I've got Turks running around my head.
Oh, what was his name?
Tunisian.
I remember exactly where I was as well when he scored. I was in Sports Direct. Sports. It wasn't called Sports and Soccer. It was called.
Nice.
In the precinct. Do you remember it when it was there?
Yeah, you used to go there.
I had it on the radio. I used to go around with my little radio, and my headphones in.
Tunisians, that is difficult. I'm just gonna go Tunçay, but I can't think. I don't know. Can't.
What was his name? Tunisian. Oh, I don't know. My brain's gone.
No, yeah. Sorry.
Radi, that's the player.
Rabi Kazri, I never knew he's Tunisian. I would have said he was Algerian.
That is the player. Radi Jaidi. Let's just test my...
Got Hannibal is that Medri the Hannibal, the one from Man United? Yeah. Oh, Slimani. Oh, I'm pretty sure he's Algerian.
No, that's not the Slimani.
I was in on the striker. Wabi Kazri, Jaidi, the guy obviously Tate's going on about, and then 4 pointless answers if you know any of these players. Well done. Johan Benalouan, Mehdi Nafti, Hatem Trebelsi, sorry, and Jan Valeri.
Yeah, he was at Southampton and he might have gone to Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carnu hit a late winner against Bolton, September 21st, 2002. Did this guy score, though? No, he didn't, but he did play, I think.
We got one more? What's the next part? Next question.
Yeah.
No,
right,
that's the end. The last question was rubbish. Right, let's stop this now.
Right. Spurs, any new signings?
No, we like the second coming of Heung-min Son.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, I don't know if I said last week. We've just been sort of blinded by all these youngsters we're getting, and that's exciting. But then we actually haven't signed any proven significant senior football players. But I mean, yeah, we're There was rumours of Eze. That's sort of cooled down. There's a lot of talk about Neto. There was a there's sort of discussions or again rumours about Solanke, but I'm not too sure about the price.
Is there a position that you want to strengthen in, or you think
we desperately need a striker because we have Richarlison who fit for maybe 20 games a season and is not very good, and then you've got Son possibly. They've been playing Kulusevski through the middle, so and yeah, we've got more football, European football, and people get injured and they're tired and whatever. So yeah, we desperately need a striker, but I think we could sign our sort of marquee signing could be that midfielder position, and I think Solanke or that type of striker.
Would you take Solanke?
I'm warm when it first came out, and looked like it was going to happen. There was a lot of immediate reaction, but after talking to a few people, in particular my brother, I've sort of warming to the idea of just when he put it as this, he said, imagine Solanke scoring a 90th minute winner at the Emirates, wheeling away, and just because he does the bow and arrow, it's like, yeah, if he whacks it out as he's wheeling away, then that's absolutely fine. But no, I mean, for the price, I don't know what the price will be, but I mean, if it's a reasonable deal, that sort of player could possibly work. I think I think I said last year he was having a very good season last season. Doesn't mean he's an unbelievable striker. And I also don't think who's a top side who think they're going to be Champions League and the dream of winning something is going, right, Dom Solanke, that's who we want. And well, that's what Tottenham are doing. So that just tells you where we're at. But I think the idea of him second striker playing a fair amount of the games, if he comes and he scores 15, maybe 20 goals in all comps, I think with the support of everyone else and other players picking up goals, it's probably not a terrible idea because we haven't got that number 9 who's a out and out striker. But yeah, I'm not like, oh my god, Solanke, we're gonna do everything and we're gonna change the world. But if Ange wants him, then that's it.
Yeah, I think the thing with Solanke is that he's gonna cost a lot of money, and obviously maybe he gets the not saying a rough ride, but because he's English and he's not a name that gets you out your seat, doesn't it?
No.
No. Well, you've seen him play. And obviously, he's a very good player, but it's, you know what I mean.
I think
you're not going to get any change, I don't think, out of £50 million.
No, which is ridiculous.
Or even 60.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Look how much you spend on Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, 50, and
that's the sort of market
no, you're right.
you're looking at.
You're right. And his wages would probably want a lot of money, but I think we're not in trouble. But our squad, we need to figure out the homegrown and quota and English players and all that sort of idea. So the striker, the Solanke, is that person, English striker, homegrown, all the rest of it, and quote unquote proven, like can score goals in the league. But yeah, I think for the price and all the rest of it seems ridiculous.
Do you think it's quite interesting or telling that no one is coming for Tony at all? Or there's obviously more to it within football. Do you think he's as good as he thinks he is? Do you think he's good enough to play week in, week out for a top 6-4 team?
I think so. I'm not going to, because there'll be obviously people who watch him for Brentford and they love him, and maybe he's one of those that, like, for your club, if you need to watch him and see him play, because we see him in the Prem and there's a lot of sort of hype around Tony and all the rest of it. I do think he's definitely he's probably a bit arrogant, like they all like. He's got that confidence about him, and as a person from the outside, I sort of don't like him, but I think as a footballer, yeah, I think he could. I would say he could play for Man City week in, week out. I think he could play for Arsenal. I think it'd be very good for Arsenal. But obviously Arteta likes to play with Havertz and has a sort of different system. He doesn't necessarily want that out and out number 9 who's the target. But yeah, I think he could play for most clubs. Maybe he could play for City, but I don't think it'd be, obviously Haaland's a joke. So yeah, I think he could play for anyone in the Prem.
I think it's where he's at that age where it sounds ridiculous, but because he's 28, I think.
But he's also his last year of his contract is this season.
There's no resale value for him, so you're looking at 75 mil for him. You're not going to get anything back in, and you do. I can what's what I'm looking for? Testify to this as being 30 for 4 days. Your physical decline starts.
Well, after your antics last night, it's
starts at
proven.
30. I fell down some stairs walking home and got busted up knees. I've never done that in 29 years of my life, but 4 days 30, I've got 2 cut knees and look like a bloody child in the playground.
But on Tony, he's in his last contract, so I think a lot of clubs are waiting out, and they don't want to spend that 50, 60 million on a player that's in his last year's contract when they can battle it out and get him next season for free and go from there. But
sounds like a Man United signing, just to sign him for 60 mil.
Yeah, they might as well. Is it Yolo or Yono?
You're for 3 months.
I know he's a poor player, but poor. Like I feel sort of sorry for him personally, but have no care for Manchester United.
Rio will have to do him another topless.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on, mate. Work.
Get back on the grind.
Poor bloke. But is he French?
Oh yeah,
I
French.
remember. I was talking to my granddad about it earlier. I was like, I don't know what national. I'm assuming he's French.
Yeah.
But the transfer's been quite quiet. Like we spoke last week. I think now the season starts getting into gear. I actually liked the rule a few years back. They did it for maybe 2 seasons, maybe even 1. The transfer deadline day is the day before the season starts.
Yeah.
I thought in the
I don't know why it should be that.
Like,
decent. It should just be that. That is. I know. Yeah, like you said, but you do all your work. Where the season starts, that's it. Done. You're then not stuck, but you're until January or until January. Then that's the next time it can happen. But it's strange. It's very strange.
Yeah, because I was actually speaking to my granddad about it earlier as well, about how that used to be a rule when Chelsea hit gold last season with their scattergun approach with the transfers. The one player they didn't intend on signing, Cole Palmer, was the player that turned up to basically save them last season.
And for a price which now, when you're talking about Solanke for 50, 60 million, Tony for the sort of similar price, if not more.
He was about 50, weren't he? 45?
What's that? Was he? I thought Cole Palmer was cheaper than that, wasn't he?
No, I think it was about 45 mil.
Oh, okay. Well, even then, but he's... Yeah. I mean, I would say he's very much worth every penny, but... Yeah.
There's a strange one about Cole Palmer, though. It might sound stupid saying it. It might be biased as well. There's something about him where I'm just thinking, what did he just completely hit gold on, struck like on every single thing he did last season? Because for me, there's no way Pep Guardiola sells him not thinking that he can have a 20 goal season.
True, very true.
There's no way on earth he lets that asset, who's English as well, and all the quota and all that, go to not a direct rival, but like
a potential rival.
And you look what he did 2 seasons ago when he let Jesus go and Zinchenko go to Arsenal. There are players with flaws. That Zinchenko is a very good footballer, not a very good defender. When he's playing against 50% of the teams in Premier League, he can no cope, but against any player, any winger of caliber, no. And Gabby Jesus is a great player. He could stay fit. The fitness wasn't the issue at City. The issue was putting the ball in the back of the net. He does everything but that. So they obviously had these obvious flaws. He must have something that he... I mean, I know he got 10 penalties, but you've got to be able to take...
You're right.
I
wouldn't say it's
there's just something about him. I don't know whether he's just... I cannot see for the life of me him doing that again. I don't know.
But then also maybe with Pep and City, it was sort of out of Pep's hands, and they quoted like they had to make money, and Cole Palmer was the
horse had to sacrifice.
They could have sold a few other players, but Cole Palmer was young, English, and worth a lot of money, so it could have been that factor, and maybe Pep saw other players, maybe Oscar Bob or academy players coming through, and just felt maybe saw other things, but. I wouldn't say it was a mistake by Pep at all. It's probably more to it.
The Super Cup final,
Champions League
last
as well.
Season.
With Champions League, yeah.
He didn't score in it. He scored in for City, and then he scored in the Charity Shield against us.
Yeah. Before
he moved, so he was scoring goals and playing, but I don't know. It just seems a real odd one.
But then also, you don't know. Like the player himself might have said, like, I want to play football. It's incredible with Pep and City. It's obviously amazing, but I want to play football. I want to be on the bench rotating around, so it could be all sorts of factors. But yeah, you're right. It might. I always say it's a one season wonder type scenario, but you're right. I don't think Pep or anyone could see that happening in one hit. But no, I do think he's obviously a very, very good player.
Yeah, and I might turn around and have egg on my face like all the people that remember. How many seasons was Harry Kane a 1 year wonder for?
Exactly, yeah. And we would still call him that whenever he played last, and yeah, exactly.
He didn't play. You played Bayern today, didn't you?
Last night overnight we lost.
He didn't play, did he?
I'm not sure. I took no notice of it. I saw we lost 3-1, I think. Yeah.
So Arsenal are back. Did the old American tour, and then they're back. They play at the Emirates the Wednesday, and then Sunday
Against who? Who's Emirates?
Bayern Leverkusen.
Oh, nice.
They've got Bayern Leverkusen. It's just a random friendly. The
Granit
Xhaka,
yeah.
Memorial.
Yeah. Memorial or
testimonial. And then Sunday is the prestigious Emirates Cup.
Ah, yes. You're going to win that again.
Lyon. Which I'm glad that Lacazette's in the Olympics, so I don't have to see him. They're doing quite well, France.
They are, yeah.
In the semis, I haven't watched any of it, though.
No.
Mateta keeps scoring. Will Mateta have another good...
No, he had a spell,
end of the season. Because I was doing my fantasy team last week, even though I look at it once. No, I put him in. Just put him in as my third striker. I think I had Haaland and Isak. But no, it'll be interesting because obviously next week we'll do our prediction shows.
Yeah, a big preview of the whole season.
What categories we normally do? We have winners,
top four,
flops. Why's my mind gone back? Relegation, obviously. First manager to be sacked.
Yeah,
that's one we didn't put down.
Do we
like a shout of the
season, I was gonna say like a surprise, but maybe we could do that like a surprise package team and then a shout like a surprise player or something as well.
Will Mason Mount score more than 5 league goals this season?
Oof. Yes, I think he'll score 6. No, he'll score more than 5. Yeah, if he's not injured.
Last year, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was injured when for the majority of it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. Starts under 2 weeks now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Friday night game, Fulham United.
Yep.
Is it at Old Trafford, that game?
No idea.
Smith Rowe's gone now.
Yes. Yeah. What was he nicknamed? The Croydon.
Is that the first time you've ever heard that?
I probably did at the time. Also took no notice of it
it's because he hasn't played for 2 years.
Yeah.
And obviously it's always sad when I say sad, but to see a player that's come through all the ranks and then he should have made it at Arsenal, but because of injuries.
Yeah, I think he did. He just injuries.
The team moved on from him basically, and he could never get back to that sharpness. Like when he came on last season for like a couple of games, when he started a couple of games, he just didn't look the same player. He used to glide. It might always used to remind me a little bit of Jack Grealish. Maybe it was just the low socks and he'd play off the left and he would just glide a little bit and was nice to watch. And it was him and Saka that came through when we were absolutely
dying. I think that's why obviously Arsenal have that like love for him because like you said in that period it was Saka and Smith Rowe and
the song is so good as well.
And yeah, exactly that they sort of came through and they were just holding on, keeping Arsenal together as it was. But yeah, like you said, his injuries just affected him and become a bit part player. But like you said, as a player, if you're in the back of your mind, you've got all these worries about little niggles and my ankle, my foot, or don't worry about my hamstring again or whatever it might be. He never got back to anything. I guess his last goal was against Chelsea. It might be like the week before JJ Stagg. So what was that? 2022. Just never got. But then when injuries happen and you come back and you are changed, you've seen it with Van Dijk and you just lose a little bit of pace or you're like explosive, whatever it is. So no, it does happen.
So I think there's also talks about Nketiah. I think it's going to Marseille. By the looks of it. They want about £30 million for him. I think that's a pretty good deal for all parties included. I always quite liked him. I do think it was more of a. I think what's the word I'm looking for? Because I made a big thing about him. That I paid more attention to him. And but he was one of those players that came in because Lacazette was just so bad to watch at the end of his career, end of his Arsenal spell at the time. That he was just fresh and he ran around and it was a striker that runs. Wow. Yeah,
and the fact again he's from the academy and all the rest of it.
But I think if he goes to Marseille, be absolutely fine. Look at Aubameyang and Lacazette were there last season. They got like 20 goals each. Balogun did it the year before.
Is he gone or is he loaned out again? Or
no, we sold him last summer for about 25.
oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
To Monaco.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Monaco.
Okay.
And then maybe Reece Nelson, but it looks like he might stay. There's something about him that Arteta, like, I think he just
one of them who just beat your club forever.
Yeah, I just think he likes being there.
Yeah.
He likes playing for Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's basically it. And maybe he only plays 5 games a season,
but he's
doesn't mind
happy.
that. He's just happy to do that.
Yeah.
Because when you leave a club like Arsenal, you go down, that sounds a bit harsh, but you go down a level to like a Fulham or that. Those players they very, very rarely go back up again.
Yeah.
So they'll obviously find your level, but like when Iwobi left to go to Everton, you never get back to the top. Them top 6 teams. But Fulham, top of my head, they've got Leno,
Iwobi,
Smith Rowe, Iwobi, Williams there. I think he's still there. Buddy, half the
Arsenal rejects.
They'll come back. Smith Rowe's one of them players though that just screams a goal against us when he comes back.
Yeah, and Selly or no Selly?
No Selly, definitely no Selly. No Selly. He was still referring to Arsenal as us on his interview. I was watching us when we played them last year.
Yeah.
It's a new club now, mate. Need to.
No, very good.
It.
You got much else?
Apart from that Marino that might be done, but that's about it. I do think we're one attacker short, and that's it. Outgoings, Ramsdale, I think we'll get a loan, just because he didn't play last year. His value will be down, and they can loan him, get a good. He can have a good loan in the Premier League somewhere. That will build his price back up. I don't know where though.
But again, like you just said, he's not going to go to Tottenham, not going to go to Chelsea.
I can see him at Chelsea.
Really? I know you have that weird relation, don't you? You do like weird business with Chelsea.
I could see him going to Chelsea.
It could be United. Could be a little Man United move.
I mean, I know Onana we didn't have the great seasons, but he was a good goalkeeper at Inter Milan. I don't get what is. Maybe it was just because of what I read and saw him like the odd Champions League game. He looked alright, but he just crap.
Not good.
Like, it was video of him falling over in pre-season, running out oh my god. I don't know. But he'll have to be loaned out, and then maybe we sign another goalkeeper to. We need a second choice backup, I think, just because we've got that Cole Heim, but I don't think he's quite ready to be second choice. But no, it'll be interesting. It shuts end of August, doesn't it? I think.
Yep.
31st. But right, should we wrap it up there?
Yeah, I think so.
Before we do, I actually want to just have a look back on that original quiz and see what that answer was. Let's have a look. Liverpool.
Oh, that's so dumb. That's so dumb.
Liverpool. Wow.
St. Johnson. I just don't care. Get rid of it. Get it off.
How did we not get that?
Get it off.
How did we not get that? Right. We'll leave it there. I hope we didn't bore you too much with another Sunday ramble. But we'll be back next week with a structured show.
Yes, proper.
Of the Premier League 2024-5 season.
Yep.
Now. And we'll have Ipswich Town guest Jordan Johnson on the show as well.
Yes, looking forward to it.
So that'll be good. And we'll go through all the categories, and then we'll be banging out the weekly episodes for the upcoming season.
Yep.
And then we'll be interrupted 3 weeks into that with the Nations League. That is.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I just sighed and slumped back in my chair.
No,
that
all
is
good.
An absolute load of nonsense. But maybe we'll get something special for that. The interlull, the boring international break. But we shall see. Yeah, hopefully the audio and everything was all fine in the new studio. And we'll catch you next week. And stay loyal.
Stay loyal.